Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome to another Tuesday night stream with oxygen not included. We're back here in the chaotic moon base on cycle 147, so not too far off of cycle 150. We're playing with the new oil upgrade for oxygen not included, and so far I've been having a ton of fun with it. All the cool little things they've added in, especially the exosuits. There's just something I really like about those little exosuits. These cool little animal relocators that we can set up that lets us put little creatures and stuff in different places, so we're no longer stuck with them just sort of being where they are. And all the neat little features they've added in to kind of tweak it and change up the gameplay a bit. So far, I feel like it's been one of the more balanced updates they've put out, and it's been really fun to kind of toy around with it. But we do have some minor problems with our colony. It's been growing fairly well. We're staying around 13 duplicants. We're not really getting any more than that right now. And it's been expanding, but our temperature has been a bit of a problem. As everything that surrounds our colony is really warm. Now, I basically have the colony surrounded by insulated tile now, so at least we have some thermal barrier now to help prevent the amount of heat that's around us from continuing to rise. Continue to raise the temperature in the colony. But we do still have to deal with the temperature that's in here, and it's warm enough that the mealwood I have down here is actually stifling. It's not really growing. So right in here, it's around 32.8 degrees Celsius. Up top here, we're at 30 degrees, so this mealwood is still growing for now, but as you can see, some of it is also stifling up here as well. So we have a little bit of work to do to kind of get our temperature back under control so we can get things handled that way. We do have a decent supply of power, but that has its own unique challenges, in particular because we're pumping all kinds of carbon dioxide into this room here, which is now overpressurized. It's like 3,000 grams per tile here, which is quite a bit when you think about it. We do have some Slicksters that are really hungry down here, so fortunately that carbon dioxide can come in handy if I can get it either down to them, or if we can instead maybe relocate the Slicksters up here. Now, I was kind of thinking of moving them, but the more I look at this, the more I think it might be easier just to move the carbon dioxide rather than move the Slicksters, because I can just channel the carbon dioxide in a tube all the way down here and everything will be good. It will all naturally fall down there. So I was going to move them, but we're not going to this time, I think. Changing my mind. Changing plans. But what have we got to tackle today? Oxygen is going to be one thing we're going to tackle today, because so far I've been running off of algae, but it's something we have to constantly hunt for. In fact, we're actually out of algae at the moment, so we have to hunt for some more again. Go us. But we also want to tackle temperature, get that taken care of, and then we'll deal with that carbon dioxide as well, and hope we can get some oil production out of our little Slicksters here. Welcome everyone who's here in the chat. A bunch of you who always show up early. That's always fantastic. You get a chance to kind of hang out and chat a little bit before the stream starts. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun again tonight. This is potentially a problem in here. These cracks here, I think, are just normal environmental cracks. They're not necessarily like the pressure kind. But I hear water flowing. Oh, that's up there. But we probably want to get this sealed off sooner rather than later too, so that we don't wind up dumping a whole pile of water into our common area here, and then our exosuits will become like underwater dive suits, which might be kind of interesting. I mean, I'm sure they would still work. Just maybe not entirely the intention for which I made those suits. Thanks very much, Hibiki, for Hibiki the Ink Fox for new sponsor. That gets us up to sponsor number 19. Fantastic. We're one sponsor off of getting another custom emoji. So if you're not familiar, there is an option on the stream to do super chats where you can do like individual donations of money, or you can sponsor the channel as well. And for $4.99 a month, you get access to some custom emojis when you're in the live stream. You get a funky little CrypticFox head that'll show up next to your name when you're in the chat and everything too, and it helps out the channel a lot to kind of help support it. So thanks so much for that. Okay, up here, this is where our carbon dioxide is coming from. I'm pumping it all in here using natural gas geysers, from the natural gas geysers rather. I'm pumping it all the way down to here. Now we have tons of CO2 pressure inside this space, so I think I'm kind of done with pumping the CO2 in here. I think instead I want to rechannel this, and we'll get this down to where our little Slicksters are, and we'll make use of their carbon dioxide scenario. So I'm going to set up a pipe for that. We actually have most of it already ready to go. I just have to sort of channel it off of this, and I can connect into the line that already exists here, and we can get that moving quickly. So I'm just going to very quickly do this, and then the very next thing we'll need to tackle, of course, is going to be... No, I don't want that there. The very next thing we're going to need to tackle will be our issue with oxygen, because breathing while we're doing this is probably going to be something that's fairly important, I figure. Let's deconstruct that gas pipe. This is all fine down to here, and then we could just connect in with a gas pipe right here. Perfect. All right, tiny little just a tiny little bit of building in there, and that will get us pretty much everything we need, which is good. All right, so finally you can yell at me in real time. Well, welcome to the stream in real time, Grizzly Bear. I think we probably should focus on getting a little bit of algae here first, because not keeping up our oxygen pressure inside the colony would be really disastrous from the perspective of just trying to maintain the CO2 level that we have, because I have all the CO2s basically tamped down at the moment. But if we don't keep the oxygen pressure up, then that'll all expand up into the colony. So we have really good air pressure right now. It's not really a big problem, but you can see here it's already starting to get a little bit lower. And the CO2 we have squished down here will eventually move its way up. It's the air pressure down here, 771. Actually, it's not that bad. I must have cleaned some of it out. I think I had the scrubber running for a little bit, or the carbon skimmer rather. CrypticFox, I've been looking forward to this stream since I discovered the channel last Wednesday. This game is so awesome. Thank you so much for the super chat, Hibiki. That's awesome, and I'm glad you enjoy it too. This is one of those games that I'm very fortunate, I think, to have stumbled across, because I really enjoy the game, and it seems like so many other people do too. So I have a lot of fun playing it. We'll crank up the speed a little bit, and ooh, man, they got to work on that really fast. Nice. They must have been pretty idle. We had a whole bunch of bored duplicants, so we finally gave them a job to do, and then get to work out there. Now the nice thing here too is if we look at our germ overlay, there is a fair amount of germs out here. I mean, we've got lots of slime lung. I mean, they're breathing in the polluted oxygen, which isn't really great. But we are gradually cleaning up the polluted oxygen, and that's letting us keep this area down here relatively clear. So our immunity is still at 100%. We've had, like, basically no issues at all with sickness, which is good, because I only have one little hospital here with 2 little beds that we haven't had to use. I don't like that. Hi, Fareed. Thanks very much. I'm glad you enjoy it. Well, we got some rich people. I don't know about that critical. Scream at the screen anyway. Yeah, stress is high. It is a little bit, 1%. You know, we've been trying super hard to keep our stress down, but it keeps creeping up to 1% on us, and it's really starting to kill me. the nice thing with the stress is that if you get your decor generally set up, where is our decor in here? Oh, well, here's our room overlay. You can see the couple little rooms that I built. This one's a non-specific room. I should probably put something in here to make. If I put a little mess table in here, then our little hatches will be in a stress-free environment also. But if we look at the decor, you can see in the main area of the colony where everybody's running around, stress is really not an issue. A little bit around this little oxygen scenario here. Why is that one particularly bad? I should put a little statue right there. Don't like this. Oh, you know what? And actually, these statues could be really good for heat sinks. So if we do a sculpting block, we make it out of defaulted to granite. Okay, that's pretty good. Do a little granite statue right here, and they kind of soak up some of the heat in the area, which is good. Someone really had to use the potty. Well, we've got 2 outhouses here. We've got another bathroom up top here. Ultimately, I should set up some some lavatories down here. But I didn't really leave a lot of room for sinks. And I don't really want the people that's showering to use the sink, I guess, because that would be kind of a waste. How do we do algae-wise? All right, so our algae's in fine position again. Let's worry about getting our oxygen scenario set up. So up top here is where I'm going to put my oxygen room. Not for any specific reason other than that's just what I tend to like doing. The hydrogen rises, so if we can trap the hydrogen up here, then it keeps it completely out of the colony, and then we're only pumping oxygen. It's going to take a little bit of power, but not too much. We've got a good chunk coming through our main trunk line here. Circuit status, 1.5 kilowatts, almost 2 kilowatts of power we have pumping through that line, so that's pretty good. Do I have toilets at the bottom right? Do I? Oh, I do have a couple down there. Yeah, I got them sandwiched right in here. So, I mean, there are plenty of places for them to go to the bathroom. There's only 13 of them. Really, it shouldn't be too big of an issue for them. And if it is, tough. I can suck it up a little bit. All right. Let's take this out. This will be where I put the oxygen room. I'm going to put it, like, right in here, I think. And then we can actually harvest a little bit of additional power by using hydrogen power. And suck some of that out to the hydrogen generator. Charlie Foister, yo, Cryptic, finally made a live stream. Been following you for a while. Been watching all your live stream videos, and it scrolled away on me. For a while, been unable to get here while it's really going on. Well, welcome to the stream, Charlie. Glad you could make it out. Okay, so I feel like this colony has really kind of been coasting along really nicely. It's been relatively low maintenance, I feel. When I look back at some of the other colonies that we've had, namely the one that was right before this, the future train wreck, which was just kind of a current train wreck. This one's been going on pretty swimmingly. We've had pretty minor problems so far. Mostly things that were really easily dealt with. And overall, I think everything went well. Now, why do I not have any gas flowing down to my Slicksters. Aha! It says pipe here. I need to reverse this one. Deconstruct that. And we'll grab our ventilation pipe. I forgot I had the gas flowing the other direction before, because I was sending it up to our mushrooms. So now we need to reverse the flow on that, so we can get the flow of CO2 going down here to our wonderful little Slicksters who can gobble it up and make a fancy meal out of it. These traps I should probably deconstruct, just so I don't accidentally trap them and move them. What's that blue thing over there that looks odd? Blue thing? Which blue thing? This here, the Wheezewort? Or did I catch your conversation at some point? Or this thing here? The animal relocator is for using the animal traps. You trap them in the little trap, and then it'll carry them over to the relocator and drop them off there. So you can kind of like build an actual farm now without jumping through hoops, which is great. Probably a challenge that could be fun. You could turn the dupe creator off, and every time you see it active, you must get a dupe. Can't turn the dupe creator off. Oh, I did that actually before. So I've done a couple colonies where we just take a duplicate every single time it lights up, and we end up with a pretty large colony that eventually kind of collapses under its own weight. It makes for it is an interesting little challenge. I mean, there's some people that kind of do that all the time. They just constantly have a ton of duplicates, but that's never really been my thing. I do a little ladder or floor across here that we can build all our stuff on. Are they adding refined metals? I remember seeing something on it, but can't remember. Well, there are kind of like refined metals, but the method to refine them is actually really troublesome. Carlin White, life is but a meme and $5. Thanks, Carlin. I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, so like you can take iron, for example, and you can smelt it by dropping it into lava, and then you get like steel. But it doesn't really have any special benefit to doing it, and it's kind of a real hassle to get it done. So I don't know whether there's going to be any great amount of that they're going to do, but I mean, it's possible. Actually, this one here I'm going to cancel. I'm going to put a little door here. And we'll build insulated wall up here also. It's going to take a whole lot of ladders. Actually, I don't want to get this too high up, because if I go too high, we'll cut into this stuff up here. So we'll start building up this way. And then on this side, I guess I'll just cut the room off here. We'll do the same thing over here. Like so, maybe. Actually, I kind of want to get this as bell-shaped as I can. There we go. That'll work. It's going to take a whole bunch of ladders, though. That way, as the hydrogen rises up, we can kind of catch it in a gas pump up top there. He got an ending. It's the only ending currently in the game. It's a win? Which ending is that? So let's go back to my older vids to watch if you have the time. Yeah, I actually, there's kind of a lot of stuff in there. We've done so much when I think about this. The game has only been out since, what, April or May? Was it March? I don't remember. I feel like it's been a little while, but when I think back to how long it's really been, it's not really that old of a game, and we've done so much in it. And I just totally botched that ladder, because that's what I do. I'm a ladder botcher. Let's get all this dug out. Oh, no, come on. Dig tool. There we go. We can dig all this out. Those ladders are actually going to have to be a little bit higher, just because they're not going to be able to reach if I don't make them high enough. This one we can make across this way, and that way they can reach pretty much all the pieces I need to get in there, I think. The ending, you got to 40-ish dupes, won the game. And the take every dupe every time challenge you under. Oh, I guess kind of. We sort of. I guess we just dropped that one, didn't we? Did we let the? No, that colony collapsed on itself. We eventually got to the point where I messed up my food supply a little bit, and oh, look at that. I got somebody trapped already. All right, let's build a ladder down here so they can get out. And we should probably throw some priority on that, just because if we don't, this poor duplicate's going to suffocate up here. Pro tip, if you keep a hatch in your bathroom area from the start, it will eat all the polluted dirt and polluted water bottles. No need to build a dump area or compost. That is very true. It will gobble all that stuff up. Oh, he's already suffering for air. Come on, get him out of there. Oh, Dutch. Okay, Dutch. Let's do this differently. Instead, you could just dig your way down. Priority 9. And go for a little plunge. Start digging. Why isn't he digging? Is the Dutch one of those guys who just can't dig? That would be really bad. Are you kidding me? Okay. There we go. He's gonna die. Go, Dutch, go. Build a ladder. Priority 9. Give up everything and do this. Do it now. Get the Dutch out of there. Yes, I know he's suffocating. We're trying to get him out. There's a bunch of people suffocating. They're all going to die because I'm forcing them to do tasks that are not as important. Let's cancel all this so they go over and focus on that. Okay, he's clear. Turn this off. Whew. All right, nobody suffocate. Everyone go get air. That's right. Gasp it all in, folks. Whew. I thought we were going to have our first death really early in the stream today. That would have been bad. We got him there. He's rescued. I made a bit of a mess of things in here, though. All right, so I got to redo all these tiles that I just told them to cancel. There you go, like so. I need to dig all this out. Whew. I hate when my duplicates die, and that was actually pretty close. I think that we very nearly had him gone there. I'm so confused but entertained. Well, he trapped himself up there because I think when I had him build the insulated wall, he jumped to the other side of it to finish it off. So he trapped himself in this space, which didn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's what he did. Foolish little duplicate. They're super smart, those guys. Next time, dig a stair step down. Yeah, I guess I probably could have done that, but it took him a while. He didn't even want to dig. I told him to do it, and then he didn't really start on it until I made it a red alert scenario, but... Chop suey. Have you had any deaths in this world yet? I don't think I have. I could be wrong. I should probably check around here and see if we have any gravestones hiding, because sometimes you just have those little faux pas where everything goes wrong. I don't see any, though. I think we're good. You know what? This thing down here needs no more water. It's already really full. I think I'm going to shut things down here by deconstructing a liquid pipe right here. So that we'll disconnect the water supply so this doesn't fill up any higher. We just don't need it anymore. And then we'll still keep the water supply going for the showers and the toilets and everything. But that'll save us a little bit of energy and sand down here too, because these will back up and then they won't run anymore, and then we'll save us the power that it takes for those to run, which should be good. Wish you could be a duplicant. Well, there's a lot of people that would like to be named duplicants. I had a lot of trouble with this colony getting duplicates to even keep their name. I don't know what the deal is, but I named them and they just wouldn't keep it. If I look actually in the vitals, who have we got in your name? Ladies Game 2, Percy the Hero, Eric Smith, Lady Miga, Tommy Chris, The Dutch, Visago 68, Dragon 8D, Kathleen Hart, Loki Tiber, Elizabeth Jackson, Blazing Chaos, and Chevy 101 MC. So I guess I did manage to get all the names to finally keep on them, which is good. I think it took only 2 or 3 attempts to make it happen. But we got it. We need more ladder. Needs more ladder. The only prescription is more cowbell. It's going to deconstruct this ladder and we'll throw in a little fancy door then when I'm ready for it. I'm not going to do it yet because I don't want anyone getting trapped in there and suffocating on me. Check your germs. Filter water from wastewater doesn't get rid of the germs. You are right, it doesn't. However, the duplicates also don't get sick off of it. So if we check the germ overlay, you can actually see this thing is germy as can be. 110,000 germs per tile, in some places up to 120,000. So we're creating a nice germy cesspool. It's good times. But when they send this water up to the sinks and things, it still comes out clean. I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but it's not cleaning it, and my duplicates aren't getting sick off of it. So for now, we're okay. At some point in the future, I'll disinfect this ultimately by heating it all up and we can kill off those germs. But it seems like since they did the update, food poisoning is not really that big of a risk anymore. Okay, so we're gonna need up top here a pump. I'm gonna try and do a bit of a hydrogen catch up here so that we don't have to spend too much energy on it. We'll deconstruct these 2 ladder pieces here. Actually, we'll have to get rid of a few of them. Now, underneath this, I'm just gonna throw some regular tile, and we'll go like this. Actually, hold on. Let me cancel that. I'm gonna make this a little bit wider, so I can put in a little gas pressure switch in here. We'll deconstruct the ladder, which, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it is super germy. Yeah, so when the Outbreak update came out, everything was much more aggressive germ-wise, and it would really, really decimate your colony if you didn't take care of it. And it's not really so much of a problem anymore. Okay, so off of this pump, we want to have... Where's my power? I'm going to do a little gas pressure switch here. What is it? The Atmo switch. We're going to stick that right there. And then the power that we're going to run through here... Hello? There we go. We'll go through our little Atmo switch. Then we can send it off down the ladder. So that'll be the one little power supply line. We'll need some gas ventilation out of here. Just gonna send that down, excuse me, down below there for now. And then we could do a simple little wall up here too. Perfect. So what we'll end up doing is we're going to set up some electrolyzers down here that'll produce oxygen and hydrogen for us. The hydrogen will fill up the top part of our little bell chamber. And because of the way that gases move, only the hydrogen will be able to move in through here. And when there's a significant amount of pressure of it, it'll get drawn down to where the pump is. And then the pump will just be moving hydrogen, and we won't have to worry about it sending out other types of gases. So this one will pump the hydrogen out for us when the hydrogen pressure gets to a certain point. And we're going to send that out to a hydrogen generator, which we can connect into our power line. Over here, I'm going to want to have... I'm going to want to have a little bit more dugout in here. Because we're going to set up a transformer here as well. So we'll have a separate transformer line handling all the power that goes into our oxygen room. Yeah, if you're looking for the Discord, there's a number of people that hang out there that like to chat, and I pop in periodically as well to chat with everyone. But the description, or the link for the Discord invite is in the description in both Twitch and in YouTube. You can find that down there in the bottom. Yeah, Jack, and Midram, you have missed the last 5 or 6 streams, but welcome. I know it can be a little tough sometimes for everyone to sort of catch the... Wait, what's going on here? Chevy. All right, deconstruct that. Let's just get rid of the whole wall. I should finish all the wiring in there before I do that. We had 2 people trapped in there. I'm determined to suffocate somebody, apparently. Just determined. I'm behind the glamour. I'm building a little oxygen room here. So we're gonna produce a bunch of oxygen in this space. I'm gonna cool it in here, and then we're gonna send it from here down to where our duplicates need the cooler oxygen. So we can oxygenate the base, and at the same time we'll handle cooling. Okay, now down below here we're gonna need obviously some oxygen production, and that's going to take our electrolyzers. So we'll use... This is a fairly large base, so I'm going to use, I think, 4. Actually, hold on. I'm going to do these on, like, a little elevated floor piece. So if we put them, like, here... We'll go like that, and then underneath them I'm just going to put some airflow tiles. Like so... Actually, I might have made this room a little bit too wide. I might have excess space in here, which just means I'm going to have to produce a little bit more oxygen and cool a little bit more oxygen, maybe. So we'll have our airflow tile set up that way. And then if we set up under the decor some flower pots here. Put one on the other side there, and then I'll do a little airflow tile here. We'll put one on the other side here, too. We're going to end up stealing all of our little wheezeworts from other places. But that's okay. Welcome to the stream, Kazi. Disconnected my pressure valve, did I? I don't think I did. Hold on. No, I did, you're right. Because it did destroy all instead of just destroy structures. There we go. They should be able to put that through the middle there anyway. Alright, so there's really a fair amount of energy that's going to be consumed here, so let's get our we got a little transformer. We'll get that set up down here. I'm going to throw a battery in here. Now once they get that in place, I'll have to throw in a wall here. We're gonna get a little bit of polluted oxygen is gonna flood in here, I think. You know what? I should probably just prevent it. We'll throw the wall up here first. We'll do priority 6 here with our little insulated wall. And then over here, they can dig this out. And that'll give them room to build those things. Don't Weezewarts need 2 spaces? Yes, actually. So these ones can't be underneath here. Drat. They do. Deconstruct. I mean, because I'm going to use an atmos switch here, it's not like I need anyone to climb up here unless something breaks. Where are my Weezewarts? I put those somewhere. Oh, there they are. Let's uproot these. I'm not going to worry about the temperature out here in this outer area just because it's not important for me. The heat can stay out there as far as I'm concerned. And then instead we'll plant the Weezewarts in here whenever they get around to digging those up. There we go. Plant. Copy settings. There's that. And then we're going to use... I'm going to start with just 1 pump. Though we might end up needing two gas pumps. No, you know what? Maybe I'll just put 2 in to begin with. Just do it right from the beginning, I guess. I'll use 1 pump to send oxygen down one side of our colony, and 1 to send oxygen down the other side of the colony, and hopefully that will keep things kind of smoothed out. We can put another Weezewort pod over here, I guess. Whew, that's one ugly room. How do you keep the electrolyzers from overheating? I always end up with an extra hot, even with the Weezewarts, unless I put them in the cold biome. You know, that's going to be really interesting to see, because I've always set my oxygen room near a cold biome, so it kind of gets the benefit of the cold that sort of spreads out. The temperature up here is actually really warm already, and all the machines are starting off from a warm temperature as well. So this is going to be kind of a unique scenario for me. We may end up having to circulate the air that's in here through a cooling system, and then try to send it back into the same space to try to keep it cool in here. But we'll see what that looks like ultimately. If we do have to take that approach, then I may end up needing another pump, which is really going to stink. Not to mention the energy cost of using the thermal regulators. But we'll deal with that when we get to it. Okay, so now we're going to need a whole bunch of water up here. So I guess we'll send a liquid pipe from down below. Actually, what's the temperature of this water? Hot. Dang hot. Let's change this pipe over to insulated. Get all this into insulated pipe. And then from here, I'm going to use a little pipe bridge, I guess. We'll skip across. Where's the water feed for this thing? What's going on here? Oh, that's the polluted water output. Okay, so that's good. All right, so we use a little liquid bridge here to jump over this, and then we'll send the rest of our insulated pipe up top. Like so. We'll just branch this out. Sweet. Is anyone in medicine hat? That would be a very unlikely circumstance, I think. Why do you make your oxygen rooms that shape in all your worlds? Only because it acts as like a sort of a bell chamber. So the hydrogen that rises will naturally channel towards this central part in the middle. And I actually made this wider than I really maybe needed to. But it will just let the hydrogen sort of channel towards that middle piece because it's always trying to rise. I mean, you can make it square, but then it just sort of sits flat across the top, whereas this will concentrate it into a smaller area towards the top of the chamber, but give me lots of room in the bottom to hold oxygen. That's some water flow. Yeah, we got a fair amount of piping going on. Just a little bit of piping. It's okay, though. Okay, ventilation. We'll need some outputs off of this. Now, this is down at the bottom of the chamber, so it should always be sitting in oxygen, so I don't really have to worry too much about the hydrogen. So I'm not going to bother with any kind of a system to kind of keep the hydrogen under control. So we're going to send this out. And I'll put 1 vent in here. And we'll set 1 in each of the living quarters here, I guess. Put 1 there and maybe 1 here. And let's go derpy. And then down below here we'll send another one out of here. On this side, we'll do something similar. The hatches don't really need the oxygen, but I don't want CO. I don't want like a weird collection of gases up here. So I'm just gonna. I'll put like one like right here, I guess. And then we're gonna need a little gas bridge to get over top of this pipe. Come on, gas bridge. There we go. Boy, this is gonna be a really ugly setup. Hold on. Let's just cancel that gas bridge. Put one over in this corner, and then I guess I can just send one down past here. Pump it into that corner. And here. Hopefully this will cover it all. So we have 4 outputs on that side. How many did I make on this side? 4 as well. The very center of the colony is going to be a little bit strange maybe when this starts running. But hopefully we can get... Once we get gas pressure up, then it'll just kind of be self-maintaining. Hopefully. Maybe it's just good timing to make such a room. I always just use the algae deoxidizer. Yeah, so I normally build the oxygen room much earlier in the game. This is the latest I've ever left it. And the only reason I did that to any great extent was because there was just so much algae in the game now. And I was really in a rush to try to use all the new parts and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I guess sooner is usually better than later. Because it very quickly becomes a problem if you have too much going on, and you don't pay attention to your oxygen, and then the next thing you know, you've got some serious oxygen problems in your colony. So normally I do it really early on, but this time I didn't so much. I don't think there's like a perfect time or anything, but okay. Next, I'm gonna need the power set up here. So we're gonna need an offshoot for the hydrogen to come out, and we're gonna burn that in a hydrogen generator, which I will put over here, I guess. Somewhere where the heat's not really gonna be too much of an issue. And I'm gonna need another transformer here probably. Unless I send the power back out to the main line, which might be an idea. So, I mean, I could either send the power out to the main line or just try to use the hydrogen generator directly to fund the power that's going to be consumed in here. There's actually a lot on here. I might have overtapped it. For now, I'm gonna assume I'm gonna send it out though, or maybe not. I can't build there. I guess I gotta destroy that tile first. Love this game because of CrypticFox. You always have good tips. Sorry for English. Brazil. Well, welcome in Brazil. Excuse me, and welcome to the stream. I'm glad you enjoy the game. I have so much fun with this game. I know I've said it a lot of times, but there's just something so cool about it. It's awesome in its little cartoony goodness and all the little creative ways that you can play it and stuff. I like this. There's not just one way to play it too, which is really cool. Okay, they broke the block out of there, and they're letting polluted oxygen in now. That's great. They were supposed to break it and then replace it right away with a heavy plate joint thingy. They didn't exactly do that though. You should run the pumps and the electrolyzers on an Atmos switch on 2 different. Saves a lot of heat also. Yeah, I mean, by the same token, once you get the pressure up, you don't really... It's kind of self-regulating. Once these overpressurize, the oxygen won't move anyway. Once this room overpressurizes, the electrolyzers won't run. So this is one of those scenarios where actually having like 4 of them running might be to my benefit, because this room will get to max pressure much quicker. See what happens though. See what happens. All right, so I only want this to turn on when pressure is above... I don't know. We'll set it for 1500 for now, just to see what happens. Why am I not typing it? There we go. Set it for 1500 now, so it'll turn on when it's above 1500, and then that will take care of venting that out. Let's get a little gas line in here. Send it down through the floor, and then out this way, and into our hydrogen generator. And this thing is going to need to be connected using some heavy watt wire, which is going to do super ugly things for our decor, but over here it shouldn't matter, hopefully. With any luck, they won't really have to go over to this area of the colony anyway, so, I mean, that negative decor effect should be pretty much inconsequential. What's the best way to cool machines? I find the best way is just to keep the space around them cool in the first place. If they're in a gas that allows the easy transmission of heat, then they kind of cool off relatively quickly. So oxygen, chlorine's pretty good at picking up heat. If we check, I think it's what's the thermal conductivity of this? Actually, the thermal conductivity is super low on that. 0.168 thermal conductivity for the hydrogen. So, I mean, there's, I don't know. Basically, if you just keep the space around them cold, then the heat that they generate will go out into the gases around them to warm them up, and they just kind of stay relatively cool. The challenge I'm going to have in this space is that I'm used to it having my little oxygen room in an area that's already next to a cold biome, so you get that benefit of being cold just by proximity, and I'm not going to have that this time. So it's going to be a bit of an adventure that way. Am I even moving oxygen right now? Empty pipes. Where's my liquid pipe? Oh, that's interesting. My liquid pipe is not moving. Do I have too many things running off this liquid pipe? I shouldn't. I mean... Did I fail to make a connection here? Is that what the problem is? There we go. I just didn't make a connection. That's kind of lame. Incidentally, the reason I used the insulated pipe here is just because this water is really hot. So as it moves up through the colony, I probably shouldn't have it heating up the base as it goes. We've got oxygen production going on up here, which is good. This won't turn on for a little while because we're going to need to build up a bunch of hydrogen, and that's okay. Initially, we're going to take a little bit of damage with our hydrogen generator because there's some non-hydrogen up in this space, I think. But once that gets cleared out, it should be fine. This is connected to our power grid, so that's good. It can send power back out that way. I think that's good to go. Now the trick will be, can we get the temperature in this room down enough? Because these things are already producing heat. What's that temperature like here? So we've already got like 40-degree temperatures coming off of this thing. So we're going to be pumping some pretty warm air. Just not ideal. So I need more Weezeworts. I want to go the free option and not spend my time trying to run electricity in order to get the temperature down if I can avoid it. Oops, some people are finally starting to get sick. Dragon. Dragon has a little bit of food poisoning, I think. Yeah, maybe not. Just a tiny little bit of germs. They've been running around outside in this polluted oxygen out here, and they're kind of breathing in a little bit of the slime lung, but 97%. Where's Dragon? Where are you? Oh, come on. Oh, sorry for flippiness. Okay, there he is. Dragon's hanging out in the shower. What does he got going on? Show me your germs. No surface germs. Then why is your immunity going down? Alright, I think I actually clicked on the shower there instead of Dragon. Oh, I skipped right over me. Okay, you know what? If I just go to Vitals and find Dragon in here. There he is. Okay, so we've got Dragon selected. Now, what's his deal here? Oh, he's got light wounds. That's interesting. Germs. Slime lung. Immune system minus 23%. Alright, so he got a fair amount of slime lung. We should probably not let him back outside in this environment for a little while. So I'm going to go over to the door here. And for Dragon, we're going to say, don't go through the door. We'll keep you inside the colony, and we'll let your slime lung recover. I mean, it's only tiny little bits, but just by walking around breathing the fresh air, it will actually, it'll kind of go away, so that's not too bad. How's our oxygen doing? Okay, we have some oxygen flow going on. I feel like this vent here, maybe I should have put closer over here, but we'll see. I want to get rid of this. Let's uproot this so I can put it in our planter up here. Let's see. Copy settings, and we'll paste it there. If you skip the dupe you're searching for, just click one time right, and then left again. Starts at the top again. Oh, yeah, there's that. It's also, I mean, I got to it easier probably just by going to the vitals. Instead of trying to skim through it that way, it would have been better to do it the direct way the first time. Give people what they didn't want to know what they wanted to know. Frenzious Clown, where's that? I think I missed what you're referring to there. Okay, so we have an oxygen flow. Temperatures up here are not really phenomenal. Oh, now you're complaining it's cold, but you're in a room that's like 26 degrees. So hopefully with this heat kind of rising up here, we can keep the temperature below maybe a little bit more moderate. Maybe. We'll kind of see how that goes. I think in this space here, I'm going to get rid of this flooring. And we'll put another wheezewort, or this ladder, and we'll put another wheezewort in here. So if we deconstruct this one and this one, well, actually all three of them. Make that 4. Deconstruct all these. We'll put another piece of airflow tile in here. There we go. Now let us build another little flower pot that we can get another wheezewort running next to these things. So hopefully that will kind of help. Pressure is building up here, which is good. We're getting some nice hydrogen pressure. This will turn on soon and send the hydrogen down to our generator, which is good. So far this is all working as expected. Temperature notwithstanding. Yeah, it's 34. You know what it is? I think they got acclimatized to the temperature inside their colony, because down here it's like 31 degrees. So they went out somewhere where it was like 26 degrees. So like, ooh, it's chilly. It's like those people in California, right, Jack? Get hanging out in that nice warm weather all the time, and you get something that's a little on the cooler side, and it feels freezing. This is going well, though. Okay, so what's our power draw here? 960 watts is the max. So we actually, I've got this sitting right at the range that I want it to be. It won't exceed 1,000, so everything's perfect there. So this will produce plenty of oxygen. We won't have to worry about oxygen soon. It's just a question of whether I have my ventilation system set up properly to distribute the oxygen well. And actually, these are pretty small parcels of oxygen, 500 grams at a time. I think something about the way they have this design, we're actually getting slightly higher oxygen pressures just at this layer here, and a little less down here, but... hold on, what happened to that wheezewort I dug up? No, don't do that, cancel uproot. That's not what I want. I want to copy this. Paste that there, and then go on the hunt for that other wheezewort, because I'm sure I have another one. I'm certain I had 4 of them. Flower pots and oxygen. So we had 3 there. I had 1 over here. And yet, I only have 3 planted. Where did the 4th one go? Did somebody lose a wheezewort seed somewhere along the line? Wort seed says 0, and I don't see it sitting here anywhere. That really stinks. Immunity 91% slowly going down. That's okay. It's actually Kathleen is not in good shape either. But Dragon already has the germs, so over time we're just gonna have to wait for the germs to go away from him. Wait a minute. It's this door here. Yeah. Okay. So we'll set Kathleen on this door also, so she won't go out. Also. But because they have a couple 100,000 germs, their immunity is definitely going to dip down. I don't think it'll get to the point where they're actually sick, but they can't reach the top right pipes. I'm not sure I'm gathering what you mean. That's all fine. That's fine. Oh, over here. Thank you very much. Let's put this on auto. They can go and do the work, and then they can get out of there. As they run in and pick up all the sand and other materials that are laying around in there. In the plastic area... In the plastic area what? Oh, is that where I put it? Oh, you're right, I did. Alright, let's uproot there. Not going to need that so much at the moment because we're not running these. Look at that, we got a little bit of crude oil on the floor here now. Just little bits of it. So they've produced some crude oil for me, that's good. Lots of CO2 hanging out down below. And, oh, actually, look at all the crude oil down here now. Sweet. Yeah, I mean, it's not huge amounts of it, but they're actually producing a little bit more than I thought they might. Considering there's only 2 of them in here, I figure that's pretty good. What do I want to do here? I want to send another... Was it under the food? It was, yeah. So we're going to send another animal relocator here, because I'm going to gather some more of these fancy little slicksters. I want more of them. Not only are they cute, but they're kind of cool. And I want them. This was here for an experiment to see whether the slicksters would produce crude oil if they had to be on a surface that already had some on it. But in this case here, they made some crude oil here, little amounts of it anyway, that should be kind of flowing through this mesh tile. And now it's just a question of whether if they're just sitting on the mesh tile alone, if it'll just produce it and have it go through. Kind of want to experiment and see. Simple experiment, that one. Not overly complicated. Alright, what's the deal with this? Ooh, okay, good. The pump's turning on. So we've got little bits of gas pressure building up there. Sending tiny amounts to our hydrogen generator. It's not really going to do a lot. Oh, it filled it up 1 bar anyway. It's going to be a while. Actually, let's set the threshold in this a little bit lower because clearly we're getting a little bit too much hydrogen buildup in here. A little bit more than I would like it to be. I don't want it to hit max pressure while these are sitting in hydrogen. I want them to hit max pressure when they're sitting in oxygen. Oh, there's water in here. That's strange. What are we doing temperature-wise? Ooh, it's actually frigid on this side. Got it all the way down to 15 degrees over here. Over on this side, a little on the warmer side. I feel like, you know what? I'm going to change this around. I'm going to build a door over here. Let's deconstruct buildings. I'm going to put the door on the side instead of putting it on the bottom. And that'll give me room to put a Weezewort like right here. Where's my door? Throw that in here. Let's deconstruct this, and we'll swap this out to normal insulated flooring. Like so. I mean, because they don't necessarily need to go in here a ton. So they're going to let some of the oxygen pressure out every time they go through this door, but eventually you don't really even need them to go in here at all. Sand filtration medium. I have sand laying around here. Do the electrolyzers produce sand now? That'd be crazy. Electrolyzer. No, it doesn't say anything about it. Weird. Maybe just left over from construction. 130 kilograms isn't low amount in my opinion if you take into account that they get the CO2 who comes out of the pipes. Yeah. Well, I mean, 132 kilograms is a fair amount, but 1,300 grams up there. 1,400. This Atmos switch needs to be set even lower, I think. Set for 1,000. We want to create like a little bit of a vacuum here that allows the hydrogen to kind of go up through here. Seems to be working pretty well, though. We're getting a extra little power supply off of this. Did I build a big bank of batteries here anywhere? I don't know if I did. No, I think I intended to, but I never got around to it. So I should probably build a few of those, just to make sure we trap some of this power and don't just waste it all. All right, that'll be handy there. Immunity at 85%. Yeah, I know. It's just the 2 duplicants, Dragon and Kathleen, but I've already shut them out so they can't go out the door. You can't really do anything to treat them until they're actually sick. So until it gets down to 0, there's nothing you can do about it, aside from controlling their movement. So I've stopped them from going out into the slimy biome. At least on this side of things. I should check the other side, I guess. Let's stop them from going out this door, too, although I don't think they would really have a reason to. So it was Dragon and Kathleen. There we go. So they won't go out there now. Even if they go out down here, they'll use an exosuit, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so this water over here I wanted to do something more with as well. I think the insulated tile will hold a pretty decent amount of water on top of it, so I shouldn't need multiple layers of it. But I want to dig this out, ultimately. Let the water drop down lower so we can get a larger reservoir here. I just have to be careful because I have my liquid pump connected to this thing now. How's our oxygen doing? Ha! I think we're in good shape oxygen-wise. And the deoxidizers aren't even running now. Let's disable this for now. We'll save a little bit of power and a little bit of heat by disabling these. And we'll see how we do in terms of supplying pressure just through our gas vents. Unless you make some vitamin chews, buffs the immune system. Yeah, but I haven't even bothered making the apothecary yet. I guess I could do that. That's something we haven't done yet. If we go into medical, they have, oh, they call it a pharma chamber now. That's funny. If we take the apothecary, we can stick them right here. Oh, they take power. Of course they do. This will be fun experimenting. I haven't tried this out yet. So I used the apothecary once before. To no real particular gain. I guess I'll branch off the power right along here. Like so. I mean, on this particular power line, all we have is this one pump, and then a couple of massage tables that really haven't been getting any use because their stress has been in such good shape. 3%. We're dying. Too much stress. Jack needs to stop his Cinderella duties. He's getting sick. No, I don't think we have Jack doing Cinderella duty in this one. That was our last colony with the one where we were taking duplicants the whole time. I don't think Jack's in here. Nope, no Jack Cantus this time around. Instead, it's Dragon that's getting sick. If you don't use OT often, you could just hook the apothecary up to a hamster wheel. Yeah, I mean, I have lots of power we're producing right now, I think. I'm not really too worried about it from that perspective. I didn't build that other Weezewort pot here that I wanted to make. Let's grab that. How's the temperature? Frigid on this side of things. Really warm up here. And just moderate temperature down here. So not bad overall. The pharma chamber is big. Big pharma confirmed. It's big pharma. We're taking over everything. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, it's just no fabrication skewed. Okay, so we have the placebo or vitamin shoes. Improves immune system strength. 100 kilograms of coal and the... Oh, there we go. There's the bomb lily flower that we've seen around the board, but I haven't bothered harvesting any of yet. And thank you, by the way, for the super chat, Carlin White. So I guess I should go get some of those bomb lily flowers, and we can try to do something with that. I wonder what conditions they grow. So they grow in, like... There's the bomb lily seed. Those aren't reachable. I guess they're going to be looking for hotter temperatures. You paid $50 for eternal slavery of a Jack dupe. Is that what it was for? You neglected to say it was eternal. Hold on, we'll get this turned back on. Theoretically, enable building. There we go. So we're gonna enable this. We'll bring in one more duplicate. We'll make it the Jack duplicate, and we're not even gonna give Jack a bed. Jack can sleep on the floor. He'll be the true Cinderella story of our colony. We'll set him on permanent cleaning duties and not even give him a bed. Should I build a mess hall? I've been having some issues with stress at times. Yeah, I mean, the mess hall helps. I mean, so I think with the, if you look under food... No, it's under furniture. Under furniture, the mess table gives a +10 decor rating to stuff around it, so that's helpful. You kind of get that decor area there. And then you get positive decor effects from having it as a separate room as well. Oops, not that. So in our room overlay, you can see our mess hall down here. It gives a stress relief bonus. So, you know, that really can't hurt to have either. So if you're having problems with stress, I would recommend generally, if you keep them in really good oxygenated areas, you don't let the place get too hot, and mine's definitely gotten too warm. You keep them well fed, and then you just dot decor everywhere, then stress is usually not a problem. They'll lose a lot of stress when they go to bed at night if the area that they're sleeping in is a positive stress effect. So, like the bedrooms that I have down here, every time they go to bed at night, they're getting a... Well, this gives a stamina recovery bonus, but with all the art that's in here and the positive decor effect, you know, stress has really not been a problem at all in this colony. It probably never will be. Now that I say that, everything's going to go awry on me, but... I should probably fix the art in here. Just because I want the whole thing glowing nice and green. What's a neat idea? I missed something there. That's not nice bullying Jack. It's not bullying Jack. We're bullying the duplicate of Jack. What should Jack's stress response be? I feel like angry or ugly crier would be a good one. What did Jack ever do to you, man? He didn't do anything, man. It was just Ray paid for the slavery. Ugly crier Jack. Equals cheap cooling, just douse everything in his tears. Well, the trouble is, his stress level will get that high, even sleeping on the floor. Okay, so I want some of these bomb lilies. How do I... Oh, actually, I got some right here I can get to. It's going to cut into some chlorine, which I've done a really good job of avoiding so far. What do these need to grow? So these need a body temperature of 35 to 85 degrees Celsius, so they handle the hot temperatures well. Air pressure, and then they have to grow in chlorine. I guess that explains why they're there. There's another Weezewort there I completely forgot about. And up there. Oh. Wait a minute. Uproot that thing. Yeah, I need that one. Give me that crazy Weezewort. Copy settings. Paste set. Oh, come on. Copy settings. There. So when we dig up that wheezewort, hopefully they'll take it and transplant it over here, and that will be good. Lava zone's still right next to your oil zone, so you'll have hot unless you block it off somehow. I do have it blocked off. So the whole bottom of my colony is now insulated. Except for this spot here. I don't know why that's not. Deconstruct that. Let's replace it with... Actually, I don't even need to deconstruct it. I can just put a tile over it. So yeah, you're right. Like, this whole area down here is definitely warm. There's lots of heat down here. Oh, I want to get some of these Slicksters, too. And interestingly enough, we're getting a fair amount of steam built up down here just from, I guess, stuff coming in from the cold biomes. So the cold biome's getting melted a little bit by the heat. Maybe, I don't know, it still says minus 25. But somehow we ended up with a bunch of steam in the space down below here. Like 25 kilograms of it. That's a serious amount of steam for that little space. Kind of want to tap into that. Except that we got tons of fresh water now. Consider routing your oxygen through an AC unit before pumping it into the base. Cool the base as well as distribute the oxygen. Yeah. So I was thinking about doing that. Except that if I can get enough wheezeworts going there that we don't really need to. Why did I have them digging over here again? Oh, that's right. I forgot about all the water that was over here. I meant to tap into this last time too, but we didn't get around to it. And for the moment, we don't really need it because we've had a fair amount of polluted water here that we've been cleaning. But eventually I'm going to tap into that geyser over there, and we'll make use of that water too. But let's get some bomb lilies so we can make something to help boost some immune systems in here. I guess I'll just put... If I just stick a door here, it's kind of a waste of materials a little bit. We'll put a door right here. That way we'll kind of keep a relative minimum amount of gas in here. And then we'll enable auto-harvest on these things. I don't know if that's going to work. Build the door fast. Keep the chlorine in. Mineral DM suggested routed oxygen through an AC unit before pumping into the base, cool the base, and distribute the O2. Yeah, so what you would do is you would... I mean, we could set it up on... what are they called? My brain's not working now. Thermal regulators, wherever they are. We could run it through the thermal regulators, and it drops the temperature by like 13 degrees Celsius. I think it's in here. There we go. Thermal regulators. Sorry, it drops it by 14 degrees Celsius. So we could get relatively cool air relatively quickly, but what I'm trying to do is minimize my power consumption in doing this. This section up here is already pretty close to max power consumption. It's right at 1,000, or just under it, like 960. So if I could keep that minimized, I feel like that would be the way to go. And as it stands right now, this area over here is already getting effectively cooled. If I could do the same thing on this side, then the oxygen we're going to be pumping out of here is already going to be at lower temperature. Relative to the rest of the base. This is still all really warm. My bigger problem is going to be that our base is actually at max pressure now. This whole thing is like super pressurized now. I created so much oxygen I can't move any more into the space, which means that we're not actually lowering the temperatures here. So, we may need to let some pressure out. Yeah, that or just give it a better way to distribute itself. So maybe if I put in some fancy tile here. This side's already pretty much set up that way. We've got duplicates that have an overabundance of oxygen now. Time to pop out the O2. That's right, pretty much. If I take this this flow of oxygen that's coming down here, I can actually send it out into this vacuum down here, I guess. But even down here, I've got lots of that's polluted O2, I guess. Where's our gas overlay? It's pretty much one of those things where it's like feast or famine all the time. You're either running low on oxygen or you've got an overabundance of it. I'm going to dig all that up, and then I can run some of this oxygen piping down below here, and we'll pump some oxygen into the lower space. Although even this is already at pressure. Crazy. I could super pressurize some of it, I guess, and pump it into another space that I don't need. Oh, right. Set this for Slicksters. Put some warrants on airflow tiles in the ladder chambers. Wow. In here, you mean? I mean, I'm getting a pretty good distribution of warts in here already. It's going to help, actually, too, that we turned off the algae deoxidizers, because they're not producing heat now. So now we have our compost over here, which is producing heat still. I guess I should move away from that. If I stop using the outhouses and instead just go straight to toilets, I could do another lavatory over here. Actually, 2 lavatories over here, and then I'd have room for a sink or 2. Hold on. Let me see. Go into medicine and grab sinks. No, I don't have room for 1 sink. So I could do 1 sink and a lavatory up here. And our plumbing, lavatory. Not that I think we even need... We probably don't even need 4 toilets in here, because we have one up in the hospital section, too. So fresh water will go in here. And in here. And then dirty water can come out this way. And we'll just connect it right into here. That should work. Should work. Possibly, maybe. Almost. Set direction left. There we go. Yep, that worked fine. Perfect. Okay, so we have another bathroom they can use, and they'll keep some clean hands while they use it, which is good. And then I'm going to turn these off. Let's just disable the outhouses first. So I'm going to leave the compost pile sitting there for a little bit so I can process the polluted dirt that's there. And then, actually, I guess I could set those outside. I don't even need those inside my base. I'm not sure why I have them in there anymore. I mean, I had them there initially just because I needed space. I needed a place to put them, but I guess I could just put them out here now. So if we go to refinement, stick 2 compost piles out here. Because I'm cleaning the oxygen out in this space anyway. And then I can destroy those ones and take all the polluted dirt out there. What was I putting under the mushrooms? Oh, I was going to put Slicksters in here, and then I decided I would just keep them down where they were. So this actually needs to be turned off. I was going to put Slicksters in here, but then I realized I didn't really have a place for the oil to go. So I'm probably better to keep them down here. So we do have a fair amount of CO2 in here. And actually, a fair amount of oxygen, because we've got all the oxygen compressed. Uh-oh, here comes the jack. Choose a duplicate. Show me an ugly crier. Binge eater, vomiter. Nope, not gonna do. I want an ugly crier. Definitely go catch more Slicksters. You've got the plastic for it. Yeah, I do. So I just need to dig my way down to where they are again. So way down in the bowels of our colony is Slickster Central, where all the little Slicksters like to hang out. And actually, there's this one right in here. I guess I could build the ladder down a little farther into this fancy little steam chamber. And we could put under food. Actually, oh, it's going to be too hot. What'll happen with these traps, I wonder? Overheat temperature 75 degrees, but it doesn't have a melting temperature. I'm really curious to see whether this will melt. If I set this trap down here, is it going to melt almost immediately because it's in a room that's like 140 degrees Celsius? And the plastic itself, when it's in its raw form, melts at like 75 degrees Celsius. So I'm curious to see whether the trap will just melt or whether I'll actually be able to use it. That'll be interesting. You were guessing Binge Eater would show up. Yeah, there were 2 of them, I think. Colony bowels. Mmm. Warm and squishy colony bowels. This spot over here is CO2 at 101 degrees. We can also go over there, I guess. Big patch of algae, which we don't need anymore. We finally moved away from our algae dependencies. Ooh, actually, more wheezeworts. Forgot about all these. Man, I found like all kinds of wheezeworts in here. But this one is still not saying that it's available, so maybe if I send somebody out there as a priority... Where'd that wheezewort go? Get me this wheezewort. Uproot this thing. Priority 9. Dig up my wheezewort. Someone will have to put on a suit and run a long way. Hopefully they can run that far. Ooh, he came up from down below. And he didn't come down from where I thought he was. Oh well. So do you need to breathe if you're now immortal? I don't know. It's getting so hot, it's time to take your chocolates off? I'm confused. Restart duplicate, you didn't reset it. Oh, I didn't? No, it's good. Choose duplicate. Oh, I didn't reject all, duh. I just X'd out of it, thank you. That's better. Thank you very much. Whoever made this game woke up one day and was like, I'm gonna make a game where it's just a bunch of clones constantly stressing out and trying not to die. No, put it in the underground. Yeah, pretty much. I'd like to know what the thought process was behind coming up with this game. I mean, they just have such creative games to begin with. So they have, obviously they made Don't Starve, and then now Oxygen Not Included. There's a game they have coming out that's coming up called Hot Lava that they did on a stream, and you could see some of the gameplay and stuff, and it looks pretty cool too. I want to check it out. Set it on the Abyssalite. On what Abyssalite? Oh, the trap. Was there a Abyssalite down there? I mean, I had to dig through it, but I want to see what happens. The trouble is the air itself is that hot already. It's not even just the ground, although the ground is 132 degrees Celsius. It's pretty warm. They store it in the oxygen room. They just don't do it because it's a plant, not a seed. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't get it. Okay, so they did uproot that thing finally. So it should actually be planted up here now. Yeah, it's not. Come on. Give me my seed. It still says they don't have a wart seed, even though they dug that thing up. Where is it? It was right here. Oh, the wart seed's sitting right there. Okay, I get it. So let's, there they go. Lady Miga got it. Okay, so now they'll finally get the thing planted, which would be good. Is CrypticFox delaying impending doom? I feel he's postponing what inevitable. Everything's going fine. It's perfectly good. How's our temperature looking? Well, okay, well, it's looking good aside from the heat. It's actually getting really warm even up in our little oxygen chamber, unfortunately. Cool right here, and this side here will similarly get very cool in a very short amount of time. I don't know, we'll see. Add better power to the hydrogen pump. What do you mean add better power to it? It seems to be working pretty good. I'm keeping this at a relatively good level too. 1,300, 1,000. Oh, the oxygen level is actually, it's getting pumped out so quickly that the oxygen level is pretty slim in here, but tried 900. And this thing's actually running really steadily. I'm kind of impressed with that. Ooh, heartburn. Clay made Mark of the Ninja and Invisible Ink, apparently. They did, yeah. Invisible Ink I have. I haven't played it yet, oddly enough. I got it as a free game. So when you bought... why didn't they finish the wire there? When you bought Oxygen Not Included while it was still in alpha, they gave you access to one of their free games that they already had out. So I decided to choose Invisible Ink. But I haven't tried it yet. I really should. If you try to make naphtha, it can be used as liquid door. You melt the plastic ladders in the heating room. No, I haven't bothered. I know you can make it, but I just don't see the benefit necessarily. Weesports are the coolest of the plants. Yes, that's a good pun. Even just making the ladders from cold abyssalite will help. Well, the trouble is you can't decide which abyssalite you're going to get. So I've been digging in areas that have hot abyssalite. So I could just as easily put a hot abyssalite ladder in. But they don't pass their heat or cold off, really. So I don't know that that would necessarily affect the space to any great degree. Ooh, what's going on here? Why do we have high pressure oxygen on one side and not on the other? That's such a weird scenario. We've actually got this one backed up with too much pressure in our little hospital room and not enough of it flowing down. Okay, I'm going to change this setup here just a little bit. Let's do a ventilation line into the middle space here. Throw a gas vent here. And we'll see if that kind of cleans that up a little bit. But I'm surprised at how little oxygen seems to be flowing from this side. I'm wondering if there's just not enough air getting down to the gas pump here. And that might be leading to the scenario we have over here where there's just not as much oxygen. Plus, I'm pumping the oxygen away on this side to go down and supply oxygen for our fancy little exosuits. So I guess the more they use the exosuits, the more we'll be grabbing from this side of the room. Not that they're going to suffocate or anything, but... Yeah, I wouldn't want to walk through melty plastic either. It's like every time you go through, you'd be getting a brand new plastic suit you can wear. I don't know how that works. I mean, technically they can move through it, I guess, in the game, but it's a little weird. I mean, not that half of the other things in the game aren't all that weird, but... I wonder why they're not finishing my electrical wire. They got this far, and then they just stopped. Are they waiting for materials? Waiting gold. No, we don't have all that much gold left. Maybe that's the problem. Let's just prioritize that. We'll get that wiring finished here finally so we can try out our apothecary table. Now that our immunity's back at 100%, we have absolutely no use for it. Install pressure valves to each branch of your gas lines to control how much is supplied. It's not really that big a deal. I mean, I could get really, really specific about how much gas is moving to the different areas, but the reality is, as long as they're getting a sufficient amount of oxygen, it's not really that big of a problem. I'm just actually surprised at how much is depleted over here. I guess I was using the exosuits a little bit more this time around, so they kind of, I don't know, maybe this pump grabbed more oxygen than I was originally planning for it to. This is just a legacy pump too. I could technically get rid of it, I guess, and just use one of the lines from the oxygen room maybe, but this isn't reachable for the trap. Oh yeah, it's because they haven't built a ladder yet. So down here, they have to dig this ladder down before they can reach that reach the trap. So they have to dig through a little bit of abyssalite first. Set that at a 6. Let's see if we can get them to do this quickly. Build more storage containers, please. Are we full? No, we are full. Thank you for calling that out. All right, so we'll build some up top here. I don't really need them to be inside the colony, because frankly, we have tons of space already. So we'll just build a whole big whack of them, and that'll help them clean up a bit. Look at them running to grab all the materials. Just not comfortable using naphtha. Something about using a flammable fuel as a door seems wrong. I know, right? It's pretty much like, it's like telling your duplicants they should walk through napalm. You guys, you're all really awesome. I'd like you all to walk through this napalm. I don't want slime here. Let's not put rot pile here or polluted dirt here. We'll copy those settings and just apply that to the whole thing. Oh, and I don't want liquefiable stuff here either. Let's not put all this icy junk up here. The rest of it I think is good to go. Perfect. Thank you for calling that out. The $2 scream. Yes, it's with there's almost 300 people in here, so it's when I'm playing the game, sometimes there are things that I miss that you guys say. They're just heating up the base. What are just heating up the base? 9 idle dupes. Yeah, they're just hanging around breathing. We're at that point now where the base is large enough and sustained enough that the duplicates don't have as much work to do as they did once. I guess I could start up some more. I've got excess power. I could start using the oil refinery again, I guess. Let's enable this building, and that will build up our petroleum levels again, in case we want to make some more plastics at some point. I don't think we're going to need to for a little while. But I really want to catch more of these Slicksters, too. They finally started to work on this thing. Where else can I get Slicksters from? There's got to be some more down here somewhere. Oh, way over here. There's one. He's hiding. I should send somebody over here just out of curiosity. That's chlorine in there, though. Polluted oxygen, chlorine, yum. Let's get somebody digging over here with our... Put our idle people to work a little bit. And I'll throw a door in the middle here just to try to keep some of that chlorine in this space. And then maybe we can trap this little guy, too. I'd like to get a few more of those little Slicksters. 2 exosuits are dumped on the ground, and 2 are disabled, and only 1's usable. Nice. Come on, people. Can't you clean up after yourselves? Request exosuits. There we go. Alright, they're all back in place. I think what happened was it might have interrupted the oxygen flow or the power supply. And if there's no power supply or oxygen flowing into the little station, they won't drop the suit off. There they go. Now they're working better. Thanks for pointing that out. Listen to Pierre Weber. He paid for that storage. I did. I built all this storage up here. Boom. This is all new storage. I made a little bit. That puff art timing. There's got to be some Slicksters around here somewhere. Beat. Actually, the fart noises the puffs make me laugh. I know it's horribly immature, but it still makes me laugh. Perfect. We have a couple. I'd like to get some more of these guys. Do some puffed farming. Not that I really need anything now. I'm at that point now where I don't need the algae, so there's not really a panic for that. The one thing we'll eventually run out of, though, is sand for filtration medium. So I guess I should start getting something ready down here. Way, 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 way down here to make use of this water. It's super high temperature, but if we can get something set up down here, then... What happens when you dump hydrogen or oil into magma? Always wanted to try it. That is a good question. I think it turns it into petroleum, which is really weird. You'd think it would burn it up. And thank you very much for the super chat. I heard our little fancy portal thing turn on. Our little copying machine. Printing bod. Choose a duplicate. Ugly Crier. There we go. Hold on. Edit. There we go. Welcome to the colony, Jack. Oh, what's going on? Stop fighting me. Okay, this is ridiculous. U.S. Perfect. Jack Candace. Print. Welcome to the colony. Now we can turn this thing off. Disable building. There you go, Ray. You've got your Jack Candace character. Finish the gas vent. Which gas vent? Which one did which gas vent didn't I finish? I get easily distracted. You may have noticed. If you heat up fertilizer, it sends in dirt, and then heat it up more. You have sand. Yeah, there's a few things you can kind of cook that way and make more. Ugly Crier and Yokel. Nice. Where's your dupe? You don't have one in here right now, Caitlin. This colony didn't have a Caitlin character in it. The middle. Oh, I forgot to change some jobs. Hold on a second. Hold up. Hold that thought. Uh-oh. Ooh, this is really starting to act a little sluggish. It shouldn't be. I don't think the space is all that big, but... All right, Jack, we don't want you doing combat or aid or massage. Well, you can do massage. If you get too stressed, we're going to need you to take care of that. I guess you're okay with your cooking. You can do composting. Hydrofan, no. Power, no. Disinfect, yes. Repair and maintenance, no. Mopping's good. No harvesting. Sweeping's fine. No building. No delivering or digging. Perfect. Level 50, Jack. You're the level 50 house cleaner. Did it have a Kazi? Did he die for no reason? No, there's been no Kazi in this colony either. I know I've had so many colonies with so many people named in them. Yeah, Jack's level 50. They're all level 50 when they come in now. Actually, no, wait a minute. Jack's level 4. He's a level 4 runner. For some reason, I thought it said level 50 there. Was I wrong? I must have been wrong. I thought I saw level 50, but he's not. All right, so he's a level 4 cleaner. The vent that was supposed to help with the distribution of oxygen. Distribution of oxygen or the getting rid of the oxygen scenario? Because all the vents that I have for the oxygen in here are built. Except for that one. Let's just build that thing. He's now level 4. It did. Okay, I thought it said level 50. Okay, I mean, it was level 50. Okay, so I thought that's what it said. Then I started to doubt myself when I went back and looked at it. But it says actually now he's level 4 runner. But I could have sworn it said level 50, and I think it might have. Nevertheless, it says level 4 runner now. Okay, we have that that last vent built there, although it's not really going to do a ton, I don't think. Oxygen's fine. These guys can breathe good. They're all fine and fancy. I should actually probably turn on this scrubber if it's not on already. I don't know, it's going. We're good. We're good. 7 kilograms of oxygen in here. I need to open this door. Now we need to raid Caitlin and Kazi dude. Well, we don't have enough space for that. Can you theoretically go infinite in this game? If not, what's the limiting factor? Well, there's always something that's going to limit you. I mean, I guess the way it is now, you can pretty close to go... You can pretty well go an infinite number of cycles at this point. The food will last forever. So your limiting factors will be things like dirt and sand because you have to start cooking other materials to make them. Dirt maybe isn't too much of a problem now because we have all these made and they don't require a regular supply of them. But sand is something you can eventually run out of. You could theoretically get low on water, although with how much water they allow you to have now, it's not really a factor. So you could pretty close go on forever, but That's right, Kazi. I'm calling you fat. You can't fit in my colony because you're like 150 pounds soaking wet. Everything's trying to kill you, even the puffs are playing. Yeah, I think so too. They're all ganging up. They've got a horrible, evil, farting fish conspiracy of some sort. Evil fish. All right, so we haven't really done a lot to help the temperature, so I think I am going to have to spend some power. I really didn't want to do this, but we're going to spend some power, and we will use our stations. Where are they here? No. Utilities, there we go. We're going to grab some thermal regulators. These are going to produce a little bit of heat, but they'll convert some of the heat that we have here into colder air. Try and cool our colony off a little bit. I really hate having to use these things. Okay. Grab gas piping, and we'll send a line from the gas pipe into here, and then this one can go out to here. Same thing over here. This can go in, and this one can go out. And then we're going to need to send up power. Now, on our power grid, this top section has got too much drawing on it already. I can't add it to that. But I could add it to this lower level down here, because this next level down doesn't really have all that much being drawn on it. So we'll go like this. And we're going to make a little ugly wire scenario here with a wire bridge. Jump over that. I had such a nice clean power grid. Now I've got it all messed up again. Alright, so we get that going. That'll drop the temperature by 14 degrees in each of those two pipes, so that the oxygen that comes out should be cooler. That should start to alter the temperature in here a bit. What if you just had the hydrogen generator power it? Yeah, I could theoretically do that too, I guess. I mean, the trouble being that anytime that the hydrogen generator shuts off, these would shut off also. Although it's been going really consistently, which is kind of good. I like the way that's working so far. Ultimately, it's the same thing. The hydrogen generator is sending power out into that line, and then it's just coming back into the transformer anyway. Power grid is still neater than anything in California's infrastructure. That's funny. Rolling brownouts. I've had my share of rolling brownouts in this game. You have new sheets, but you haven't put them on for like a week now. All right. That's a random comment. What if you just had the hydrogen generator? I already read that one. How cool would a volcano be for infinite sand? Oh, that'd be neat. You can actually dump dirt into the lava, and it will turn it into sand. The trouble is the lava cools so quickly. Ooh, speaking of lava, how are we doing with trapping that little slickster down here? Oh. Naphtha. Okay, well that answers that. Apparently it's too hot to put a trap down there. 102 degrees Celsius. It turned my trap into liquid naphtha. That's fantastic. Okay, well that answers that question. I need to find a way to get the slicksters into a room that's not so crazy hot. How did I trap these ones? I thought it was hot down here too. 144 degrees. Oh man, I'm not going to be able to trap another slickster just because the temperatures are too high. 142. Well, that stinks. Gotta go, guys. It was nice catching you live stream, Cryptic. All right, Cody Allen, thanks for coming to check out the stream. Glad you could come out for a little while. Oh, right, this thing produces natural gas. I totally forgot about that. Man, I really wanted to trap more of those slicksters, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get a hold of them because it melted my trap. That really stinks. Oh, actually, what's the temperature of this abyssalite? 34. All right, so you're right. I could actually put it on the abyssalite if I dig in this way. Then we might be able to put a trap up here and get them to run up to it, and we may still be able to get our hands on them. We'll give it a whirl. Yeah, I made liquid plastic out of the trap. That's an effective and efficient use of my materials. Okay, let's just stick it down here and let it liquefy. Clothing is overrated. Oh, Jack. Now I'm just disturbed. Let's throw a ladder down here. I'm not even sure why I'm building down here now. I still just want this little Slickster down here. I don't know that I have a way to do that. I guess I could throw an insulated tile down there maybe. Maybe make it out of abyssalite. And then I'd have a place to put that trap down there too. But over here, we're going to build our nice little water chamber. I want to leave enough room here that this doesn't rupture on me. But this is the space I want to dig out. And I'll put like a pump and stuff in here in preparation for using it. You know it's true. Yeah, I will confess. I spend a lot of time in my pajamas at home now. Plan is we were next to where the trap would be and let it cool for a few cycles and make a cool pocket. Yeah, we could try doing that too. That might work. The tricky part is just that the surface is so hot. So, like, even this piece here, it's like 115 degrees Celsius. Man, we're getting all kinds of water buildup in here now. Carbon dioxide in here. Oh, all that wonderful steam is gone. Now we've got like a mix of gross gases. That's not nearly as nice. I broke the balance in here. When I dug that spot out, it let the gases exchange, and the steam went up into this area and started melting things and making polluted oxygen, and now it's just a big sloppy mess. That's no good. Just make snazzy suits. Not that you have a stress issue. Yeah, I think a few of them are actually wearing. Maybe they're wearing snazzy suits. I don't remember. I think we might have found a locker at one point in one of the little ruins, and I think I might have at least 1 or 2 people wearing snazzy suits. Yeah, you missed the melting trap. We put it down there and it just like flashed it in a melted plastic. I didn't see it melt. I just saw the outcome. What's going on in here? Growth halted for fertilization. Huh. Apparently, I ran out of slime. How weird is that? Alright, so I changed my mind. Slime might be a limiting factor. No, actually, not necessarily, because you can actually keep... You can just keep all of your farming based on meal lice, I guess. They still haven't swept up those 2 spots in front of the exosuits. They've been there since the beginning of creation. Have they? Oh, these here, like the containers, they won't sweep those up. I don't know what the deal is. Actually, these are oxygen. I might be able to empty them. There we go. There we go. Can't sweep them up, but you can empty them. Now it looks a little tidier. Is that better? Man, this thing's noisy. I gotta do something about the natural gas in here. We've got a couple thousand kilograms of it. Let's just disable this for now. What am I gonna do with all that natural gas? I guess I could pump it out of there and send it somewhere else, but I don't really have anywhere to send it. Yeah, sliming a few tons. Well, the thing is, if you went to like 1,000 cycles or something, you'd probably run out of slime. You just dig it all up. I must have missed a question. Bay. What? Oh, yeah, no. It's not that, so if you're curious why I have, I keep the channel family friendly in terms of language and stuff, it's because I have a 9-year-old daughter that likes to watch my content. It's not that I personally have anything against swearing. I actually think there's nothing wrong with it in the context of adults having a communication or whatever, because we're all grown-ups, but that doesn't necessarily mean I want my daughter watching that content. So I started off originally with a different channel, and that channel I was not really focused on family friendly in terms of the way that I spoke and the type of content that I played. And then I realized my daughter was watching it. I was like, well, let me just kind of change it up a little bit. Daddy's not a potty mouth. I am in my personal time. It's not on video. This bothering your OCD all day. Okay, well, it's finally cleaned up at least. We got that tidied. Go gadget us. Oh, right. These regulators are still not finished. What's going on here? What's going on here? Get these wires done. Man, I got 14 duplicates that like run around. Well, 13 that could do things because Jack can't really do a lot. I turned off all his jobs. Okay, then we look at our gas overlay. I actually want to get rid of this funky little weird scenario I've created here. Let's get rid of these gas pipes. And these gas pipes. And that'll get the flow working properly through our regulators. There we go. That'll get some chilled air going into our colony a little bit. And should gradually start to improve the temperature. You can already see it getting a little bit nicer there. A little nicer over there. Look at the heat these things are throwing off, though. Whew! I think I have insulated tile there. That's ridiculous. Jack still has jobs. Well, he's got a couple, like sweeping the floor, mopping the floor, disinfecting, cleaning up the manure pile. So he's got that kind of stuff. I only watch this channel. Don't know where his other ones are. So the idea of him cursing seems really weird. Yeah, I do have one other channel that I don't generally upload content on. I have a certain number of videos on there, and I think there's 700 or 800 subscribers on that channel. But it's the kind of thing where I only upload stuff there, like really rarely, like once in a blue moon kind of thing. You have slime. You distorted the polluted water line that was feeding the mushrooms. Oh. No. There's no... I don't think there's a polluted water line feeding those. No. These, I don't think they even have a hydroponic farm tile anymore. Oh, no, they do. Okay, yeah. So I could put it in there. Must be irrigated through liquid piping. I wonder if I could use polluted water as the fertilizer, but it needs slime. No, these are slime specific. It has to be slime for the mushrooms. Think if there's a mod that gets too hot in your base, it turns your people to ashes. And all you're doing is just start spontaneously combusting as they're running around the colony. No, save me! Boom. Bendy in the coughing machine. Yeah, well, I put Bendy. I did do one episode of Bendy on that other channel. As the cooling method starts to melt down. Dun dun dun. Yeah, these are getting super hot. Oh my gosh, they're already breaking. Damage overheating. 78.4 degrees. What did I make these out of? Oh, copper. Deconstruct. I did not mean to make those out of copper. That was really lame on my part. Utilities. Thermal regulator. Let's make them out of... Make them out of gold. That's what I meant to do. Duh. Priority. Yeah, let's get these built right away. There we go. All right, so those... that was a small failed experiment right there. Much nicer for the mealwood. Yeah, it's starting to grow a little bit again, huh? Dun, dun, dun. I mean, it's going to take a while. Especially the stuff down lower in the colony is not going to cool off so quickly. This water is still pretty warm. I'm not feeding any more hot water into it, so it's gradually cooling down. But when I get rid of this produces heat, so then we'll take that away. This micro musher, which I'm still using apparently for some reason. Why am I doing that? Oh, I'm making light slope so it's still a little bit. That produces a little bit of heat. Not a lot, mind you. What else is in here? I mean, most of the rest of it just seems to be like the ambient temperature's gotten too warm. So if we can get enough of this, like, moderate temperature oxygen moving in, it might help. Cool commodity is shift all the environment to organic. No more rocks, only gross musculature. No more worry about germs. You are the germs. That'd be interesting. Good germs inside of a body digging their way through the circulatory system. Ew. That'd be gross. Oh, this door I wanted to change it so that I don't have these people limited anymore. Since they're back to full health. Our kilocalories of food have definitely come down, but our mealwood was not really doing well for a long time, and now it's finally getting some reasonable temperature so it can grow again. Oh, 29 degrees, 27 degrees, 25 degrees. Oh yeah, temperatures are starting to settle in nicely up here. It's gonna take a while. This has a lot to do to spread out. Down here, it's not really getting any net benefit yet. It's gonna take a bit, but this will ultimately cool it all down. Louise words. Now the machines will cool the air. Well, so here's the thing. This air in here, if you let it get hotter and hotter, then the benefit you're going to reap off of these... Oh, look at there. They're still overheating, even at gold amalgam. Okay. I don't want to move those Weezeworts, because I want to keep those machines cool. But I do want to dig up these ones. So let's uproot this one. Oh, that's why they can't get to it. I got to dig this out. All right, so there's one Weezewort there, and I saw, I think, another one down here somewhere. Oh, no, maybe it was up top. Yeah, just that one up there. Okay, so we'll extend the ladder we have here. Yeah, we'll extend this one up into this space, and then we'll get them to dig their way over to here. And then we can uproot this one. And I'll do a Weezewort next to each one of these fancy little thermal regulators. Whoops, went way over everything. There we go. We'll build a little flower pot next to these Weezeworts. Or next to the regulators, rather. We'll grow some Weezeworts in there. And that will hopefully help cool these down a little bit, but I think it's going to be really hot here regardless. Look at the heat they're pumping out in this space. Crazy. Just crazy. Okay, where did that... did I dig out that space down here for our little fancy Slickster? Ooh, almost. We got part of it dug. If I can dig this out just a little bit more, then we'll have enough room to put a trap down here. And this stuff's only 33 degrees, so it should... Hopefully the air won't be so hot that it will turn it immediately to naphtha again. We'll find out soon enough. This water is pretty warm, too. 68 degrees. Need to use liquid vent to drip cool thermoregulators. That's the only way to keep them running full time. So now the tricky part is going to be that once I drip the water on them, the water's going to go somewhere. Oh, look at the little guy. Have a little snack. These guys are really cute. Such a neat little creature they made. Okay, so they're going to get busy digging that out. Where are we here for our thermal regulators? Grab this. We will copy settings. You're right. We might ultimately have to go to a water drip system to keep these cooled down. The challenge is really going to be... Oh, the other guy constantly be repairing these. It's going to suck. The challenge is going to be that once I drip the water on them, the water won't really have anywhere to go. So I'm going to need to deal with that, which again might take more power, which I'm not super thrilled about. One block at a time, yeah. I'm trying to use the cold biome to cool the air. I tried twice, it didn't work. Well, it does kind of work. It just doesn't work quickly enough. So when you pump air through it, you're not really getting that radiant cooling effect. What's this business now? Bork. Being here for a bit, approximately 2 minutes. Hi, Animal the Gamer. Please don't spam. Yeah, it does give the idle loop something to do, and that's something, I guess. I mean, I guess I could just mop up the water. After I drip it on, we just constantly have them mopping. Be like, mop, 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 all day long. Mop, 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 while I sing this song. And then they'd kick it down here and drain it. I guess that would work. If we look at our water line here... Alright, so I could kind of... Yeah, hold on. I can kind of go like this. And then if we put in... Not the liquid filter, I want the liquid valve. No, I can't put that there. Yee. This is really crowded in here. Okay, if we put like a liquid valve like right here, and then cancel this build, then we can send some of this fancy water over this way. But the water's hot too, so it's not. I don't know how much cooling it's really gonna do. And we'll send it up this way. And we'll use airflow tile here and an airflow tile over here so we can kind of keep the water contained. And then on our plumbing, we'll grab our liquid vent and we can drip that right on top of here. So that should take care of at least some of the temperature. Because it should, CrypticFox 2. Yeah, so Overwatch looks like a ton of fun. I just don't know where I would find the time to play it. It's not necessarily something I'm going to be playing on the channel because it's been around for a while. And that's kind of a challenge. Oh, you know what? I should sweep up the floor here too because I built these things out of super hot materials before, and then they sort of dumped them on the ground and then left it there. So it just keeps radiating the heat out from around it. That might help a tiny bit. Not a lot, but a tiny bit. They didn't... Oh, no, they didn't build... What happened there? I told them to build an airflow tile. Did I cancel it by accident? Priority... Actually, it doesn't really matter if it falls down the ladder, I guess. It'll just go all the way down to the bottom floor. No, it's going to spread all across everything. Good times. All right, this thing I want to be set to not 10,000 grams. Let's set this to like 500 grams per second. Just little bits of drips. Put a storage container in the water, set it to ice only. Load it to 500 kilograms. Then problem solved till cycle 300. The only trouble is, yeah, I guess we could put actual ice in there. Like down here, you mean? If we'd set, where are we here? Hopefully we can reach that. Yeah, they can reach it. If you remove the door and take away the one tile below, it will drop back into your water. Yeah, it will. It's gonna dump down there anyway. I could just easily mop it up though and use the bottle emptier. Every time they open the door, some of this water is dumping back down there. I just don't want to constantly let the oxygen out here. I mean, when they go in and out, I want the door to close, but... Actually, let's convert this tile to mesh. Da-da-da, all the way down. Okay, that's good. And then I'll put... You know what? I'll put the airflow tile on this side. And then I'll destroy this one. That way, every time they walk through the door, some of the water will dump back down below. Perfect. Excellent. How's our temperature looking now? Much, much more manageable. Okay, good. So it's not scorching hot anymore, and it's not molten. It's just hot. Dang hot. But that's good. We can manage that. All right, so that'll help keep things cooled. This machine needs repairing, but that's not really a priority. Looks like Kazi liking Slime Rancher. Big sad there. Yeah, he's probably not going to be super thrilled by Slime Rancher, I wouldn't imagine. Now it's raining on my base. It's just, it's a water feature. It's not really rain. It's just a water feature. They wanted some extra decor options, and statues and paintings weren't doing it for them anymore, so we created a water feature. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm gonna mop up all the water that I left on the floor here, though. Clean up the floor! Nice. This colony is ultimately really stable. I mean, cycle 173, we've got a good food supply, steady oxygen, steady water, consistent power, no issues that way. And our temperature, you know, although I did let it get on the warm side, it's already starting to cool down at the top. We're getting close to the temperate range down here. These are now finished, so I can deconstruct them, and that will get rid of that heat source. How's the temperature from the toilets too? I guess we can just get rid of this whole toilet system. Deconstruct all the outhouses too while we're at it. And if we don't have the outhouses, then once they get through that, we can get rid of these wash basins because we just don't need those anymore. We could actually bring in more duplicants. Funny enough. I just don't have anything for them to do. Constant weight. Evaporative cooling, yeah. Q-Dupe's complaining it's too cold. That's right. It's gonna happen sooner rather than later, I would imagine. Oh look, we got a little fart fish in here. I don't remember letting him in. How'd he get in here? That's funny. I guess we could catch some more hatch. Oh, actually, this needs to be refilled. Raw minerals. We'll put some. We'll fill this up with sandstone, I guess. Actually, you know what? We don't use clay, so I should probably use clay. Agricultural? No. Organic? Where do we have the clay? Actually, I don't even remember now. Not industrial ingredients. That's reed fiber. It's not metal. Filtration medium. It's not. Consumable ore. Not so much. Man, where did the clay go? Maybe I don't have any. Whatever. Let's use sandstone. Just fill that up with sandstone. And then we can dump that on the floor so our little hatches have something to eat. So we'll get some more coal, even though we don't really need it so much anymore. I have no idea how the puff got in there. This little guy I need to trap too. I have had this hatch stuck here forever. So maybe if I deconstruct this. And we'll deconstruct this. And then in our food, we can build another little animal trap. It's pretty sad that it calls it food. And then we'll set this door to open. And I think if this door is open, the hatch should come loose. There he goes. Boom, got him. Aw, poor little hatchy. And then if they take him, they should drop him off up here with his buddies. So we'll have 3 hatches up there. There he goes. Perfect. Let's lock this door now. Now we have 3 hatches in there. Clay is agricultural cultivation. Oh, okay. Duh. It's not in there, though. Consumable agriculture, cultivatable soil? Oh, there it is. It's cultivatable soil. That's where it is. Cryptic gives $10 to Kazi if he streams Hello Neighbor if he doesn't keep the money. Wait, I'm super confused. If Kazi doesn't keep the money or if I don't keep the money? Oh, if he doesn't keep the money. I got it. Kazi, stream Hello Neighbor. That super chat's for you indirectly. I think maybe Quartz wants to see some car mechanic simulator. I'm not entirely sure. Casual AF Gaming, Ray and I were the reason Crypt chose Slime Rancher, so you should listen to us. Yeah, that is actually why I played Slime Rancher, because you guys were really interested in seeing that played. Although, I haven't played that in a little bit. I guess I should do that too. Okay, fine, downloading. Oh, he's downloading Hello Neighbor? Nice. I haven't played that one yet. I actually kind of want to. I just don't know if it's a good fit for this channel. Let's see. How's our temperature doing? Still warm. Gradually getting better, but very, 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 very slowly. Slowly. Slime Rancher got updated. Oh, I should check that out, I guess. CMS 18. Yep, we'll be playing some more of that. Actually, I want to get another mod. Try another mod vehicle. I think there's like an SUV that you can do now. I'd kind of like to do that, maybe. Why? Wait a minute. Why are they still digging this thing? Get rid of this. I told you to deconstruct that. I had them build 2 brand new ones out here, which aren't getting used. Let's set these for, I don't know, priority 7. Go do your composting out there. Oh, the update was today. Okay. Play it to find out. Worst case scenario, you don't get a video for YouTube. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe build the nice looking beds now that you have that space. Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good idea. I should build some of those beds. Let's, how big are they in terms of space, though? So, furniture-wise, these comfy beds... Oh, they're not too tall, so that's good. Although the information tag is a little large. Oh, look at that. Okay, hold on. Let's deconstruct all these. We'll put 4 of those fancy beds in here. So we just don't need any of this stuff in here anymore. And then we can just fill this with paintings instead for decor. Like that. Ah, look at those cool space age beds. Alright, so that would give, how many have I got? I have 14 duplicates, so can I even swap out? Do I have enough space to even swap out to get 14? That'll be an interesting exercise. We'll see if we have enough room for that. Maybe rebuild the statue of the door you took down a little critter. Oh yeah, I should do that too. Where's my door? Put a pneumatic door over here so we get that room effect in there again. Those beds are really cool. I actually like those. Okay, let's deconstruct this, and then we can throw in some more beds. It'd be cool if I have enough plastic, actually. Oh, I can only get 3 beds in this space. I guess I don't have to do... Alright, I could have left the statue. So 3 beds down there. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. If I move that wall just a little bit, I can fit 4 beds in here. If we go like that, and then we do... How about... Actually, how wide are these? 1, 2, 3... They're 4 tiles wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to go even one over from that. Cancel this. And we'll do 1 more over here. I'm not sure if this room will now be too big to be considered a bedroom, though. Let's check the room things. Our room overlays. So for the barracks, let's see. Maximum size 64 tiles. So this is currently 56 tiles. It'll add another 2, 4, 6, 8. So it'll still be in the right size. So that's good. We're good. All right, I can deconstruct this. Actually, I should just do it this way. Deconstruct buildings. Perfect. Get some big fancy beds in here. This is the this will be like the king size suites down there. You think I need more dupes? The trouble is I'm running out of things for them to do. I mean, we've explored so much already of the colony that there's not really all that much left to do. They have a steady supply of oxygen, a steady supply of food. Steady supply of energy. We're in pretty good shape right now. Better ventilation. Vents every second floor. Yeah, I could do vents all the way down to the bottom, maybe. There's not actually that significant amount of air pressure going through, though. Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, how about that? All right, so we actually got... I think I got this balanced a little bit too low now. Set that to 1,000. I don't want to drain this too much. We'll get oxygen in there. Make Brothgar style natural gas mega power plant. Well, I don't really need a mega power plant. I mean, I've got a power plant going here already. I could actually probably add in a third one here and have that much more power. More power. I guess I could do that. Let's expand this out. I don't even need to add an extra pump. This pump only has to run some of the time as it is. I've given Jack a comfy bed. Well, yeah, that's a shame. He's been laboring too much. Oh, I need to get rid of the air freshener. There we go. That's why I can't build. Give me my comfy bed. There we go. More artwork. Just never have enough of that. Food is decayed. What? Oh. It's in the wild. That's not even food. It's just a seed. 10-minute warning. Yeah, I know. I was already watching the clock a little bit. I have the worst heartburn tonight. Came back to watch the last 10 minutes. Well, welcome back, Dragon. 3+1 given Jack status. Yeah. Okay, so that'll give us 4 beds. And then I guess in this room up here, I can actually alter this to do the same thing. I don't even need all these walls. I can deconstruct these. And this can get deconstructed. I can deconstruct this statue. We'll get rid of these. Why am I doing this the hard way? I swear sometimes my brain doesn't work. We'll throw some airflow tiles in here. Like so. We'll throw a little door down here. This statue can go. And then deconstruct, I guess. These count as buildings? I guess they do. In which case I don't need both of these vents anymore. Only idea. New game plus. Must build room with really specific and hard to reach requirements called the honeymoon suite. Child runs off with extra supplies and research each plus. That would be funny. You have a honeyroom suite where the kids just drive you insane. More comfy beds. So this will give us 8 comfy beds. Who doesn't have a bed now? I think there's a few people sleeping on the floor now. Wow, look at that. Those look super comfy. Space-age, like, egg-shaped beds. Oh, what has he got on his chin? Jack, what have you been playing around with, buddy? Is it like a killer birthmark or something he's got? Those beds are cool. Alright, so that'll give me 8. Ooh, I'm actually going to need more space. Needs more space. These can go. Deconstruct these. I'm not using them at all. Why do you keep the sink besides the new super bedroom? Only because it was already hooked up in all the plumbing and stuff. So, you're right. I don't technically even need it there. That can go away. And it might actually even save a little bit of heat. So if we deconstruct this, and then I'll have a whole section of plumbing I could probably take apart too, related to it. Yeah, Jack, you're moving up in the world. You got a comfy bed. These refrigerators, maybe I can move them somewhere else and save the space here. We can do this whole section in here. Could be all bedrooms, except that we can't move the printing pod. So I could do maybe. How many beds can I do down here? 1 bed. I can only do like 1 bed because I want to seal it in to make an actual bedroom. I could do 2 on that side maybe. Nope, just 1 on that side too. So I don't know. Maybe I'll move the massage tables down here, and then I'll make this into a bedroom also, because that will let me put 1 bed, 2 beds. I can fit 3 beds over here. That might work. I really like those little space-age beds. Those things are awesome. Okay, let's get this converted. Deconstruct. Some people are gonna have to sleep on the floor a little bit. Sorry, everyone. Deconstruct buildings. I'll get rid of all this. And this. Actually, this gas pipe here can go now. Good times. The one day you notice it's almost the end of the stream. Yep. Still short on beds. Yeah, I will be short on beds. But so this will give me 4, 8. Another 4 in here will give me 12. I'll be 2 beds short. So 2 people have to sleep on the floor until I get those built. Like so. And then where else can I put more beds? I basically need like 2 beds. So if I move the massage tables down to here. Actually, where's the plug on these things? It's on the left side. Okay, so if I take the massage tables and I put them down here, then I can deconstruct these ones since we're not really even using them. I can deconstruct this. Now we've got another bedroom space technically we can use, and that will let me put 2 beds over here, and that'll give us all 14 beds. Be sweet. We converted to like really fancy egg things. Next goal should be getting better food for your dupes. Yeah, actually, this colony. So I've had a number of people ask me before, like, what's the longest I've played a colony for? What's the highest I've gotten it up to? And inevitably, my answer is usually somewhere in the neighborhood of 200, 250 is like the highest, because at this point of the game, I'm actually much less excited about the potential because we've already built so much. I mean, we're kind of at that level point now where what's there left to do? Well, we could convert more beds into into fancy, comfy beds. We could grow some additional food crops, that sort of thing. So this is often why I end up starting new colonies and then moving on to the next one. But this one's actually, I mean, it's been going really well. I'm at that point now where I'm not feeling much challenge anymore from what we have in place. So I'm not sure. I might end up starting a new colony, to be honest. Since the dupes don't have much to do, you could always do that kitchen area you were talking about before. I could, yeah. Well, I mean, I kind of have a kitchen area down here a little bit. It's not with, like, cooking things and stuff, but it's right next to the mess hall, so we could kind of set it up here, I guess. And actually, I should put some paintings in here. Oh, we don't need it. You don't need no stinking paintings. Get rid of that painting there. Break this thing down. Why don't we remove the air pump and save energy and just connect the pipe for the exosuits? Yeah, I could do that too. I just hadn't gotten around to it. The thing is, like, the exosuits actually take a fairly consistent amount of air. As long as they're being used, anyway. That whole pipe is really full, though. They're not really drawing all that much. What I can do is we'll just take this... Where are we here? Take a little ventilation pipe. We'll connect this one straight down. We'll deconstruct this pump, which will actually save both energy and heat. And then we'll deconstruct some gas pipes in here. Wait, what'd I do? That's not what I want to do. Cancel that. I want to deconstruct these gas pipes. And these ones. And then we'll just do a simple connection right here. And then actually I'll do a connection here and we'll deconstruct this whole thing right here. So this will actually kind of simplify our gas pipe layout as well, a little bit too. So we get a little bit better airflow there maybe. Oxygen wise, actually we're not looking at super concentrations of oxygen anymore. Do one dupe challenge and see how far you go. With one dupe, man, that would be the slowest game ever because it would just take them so long to dig and build. The food and oxygen would last forever. Because like with one, you'd even just want like you use one algae terrarium and it would just go on and on and on. Bedroom on the right side needs a door and wall. You are right, it still does. So let me throw those in quickly. Oh, we ran out of plastics. I built all those beds and now we're out of plastics. Such a shame. Deconstruct wires. We'll get rid of the wire that's here because we don't need that. And this can go, and that can go. And if we check our rooms, it should... Yep, there we go. Another bedroom. Ooh, this one didn't qualify. Oh, I made that one a tiny bit too big. Aw, what a shame. Not just that big of a deal, but... All right, we've rounded around on midnight. I'm going to call it a wrap for tonight. Thank you to everyone who came to check out the stream, though. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, consider clicking on that subscribe button. You can follow along with all the videos and streams that we do. I generally stream consistently on Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time and Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and then I'll occasionally throw in some other random streams on different nights. If you want to keep tabs on what I'm going to be doing coming up, then you can connect with me on Discord. The link for that is in the description below for both Twitch and for YouTube. Or there's also the description, or there's also Twitter that you can follow because I tend to tweet out when I'm up to on there as well. But thanks so much for everyone who came out to support the stream and support the channel. Thank you to our new channel subscriber. Hold on, I'm going to scroll back and see who that was. Hibiki, the new channel subscriber, and thank you to everyone for the super chats. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, there is a button here on the stream. You can do it, but you can also do it directly from the YouTube gaming page. But thanks again, everyone, for coming out. I do hope you enjoy these and you'll come back and check out some more. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.